Hi everyone, it's Roger and Matt here from the DisKingdom Podcast. In this week's episode, we are going to be talking all about our predictions for the upcoming D23 Expo, which is taking place next week in Anaheim, California. There's going to be loads of stuff coming on there, so we kind of want to have a brief discussion really about what's going to be coming up. And also next weekend is also over there in Canada. You got the big Fan Expo that Matt's going to be going to. So next week there won't be an episode because Matt's going to be at the Fan Expo and also with all the Disney Plus news. I'm going to be jam-packed getting ready for that as well. So there's loads of stuff. So we'll be back in 2 weeks to go through all of the D23 stuff. But let's go through now with kind of our predictions, because I thought it was quite funny because you brought up like a bingo card on your Facebook just before I saw this afternoon.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot announced, isn't there? You're expecting?
No doubt.
So what's the kind of the big thing that you are hoping to hear announced at the D23 Expo this year?
Honestly, I got a couple of things. My big one is basically they're going to announce some sort of partnership with Universal over the Marvel rights, because there is that secret announcement that the company is doing. So it's not just the parks. So it could also be over the rights of the Incredible Hulk films and all that kind of stuff. It could be a whole lot of things.
Yeah, see, there's this kind of weird thing, isn't it? Because it's kind of set out as, there's a secret project. And it's like, on part of it, it's very easy to go, like, pie in the sky, loads of ideas. And there's the other side of it, it could be something really kind of quite small and lame. And the fact they kind of said it's a secret project kind of builds into the hype, but they've not been pushing on it too much, which kind of, it could be a new product, it could be a new line, it could be, I'm trying not to get my hopes up, not getting into expectations of, it's like, I do think there's going to be a deal. I think that with Universal building Epic Universe, which we talked about in the last episode, I think money. I think if Disney will buy it out, it gives Universal a ton of money to invest in new content, whether or not there's like a 5 or 10, 15-year deal for them to keep hold of the old land until things sort out. But I would agree. I wouldn't be at all surprised if a deal was done. You mentioned Hulk movies and distribution rights. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that gets done as well, because obviously they want to have those Hulk movies and stuff on Disney Plus. And also, it just clear it up. They've got Fox out the way. They need to simplify these deals, get some of the characters back, get all this out the way, because you've got Marvel going in the theme parks all around the world except for their main one. It must be so annoying for them that they have to do this. And obviously, if they want to do that fifth park or some area, it really frees them up. But if I saw it, I wouldn't be at all surprised. I think if they were to do it, this feels like a good year to do it.
Yeah, and another big one I'm predicting is that Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror are getting new themes, because Disney is desperately trying to get all of the stuff that's not owned by them out of the parks.
Yeah, well, obviously,
and the Aerosmith contract is ending next year, so there has to be something. Either they renew or something else happens.
Well, for me, there's two thoughts on that one. First off, Aerosmith, I do not think resonates with new fans going in there now, families, kids, etc. It's an old band.
Yeah, it's a super old band.
The only thing is, what's happened in Paris is the ride has been changed, currently being changed into an Iron Man roller coaster.
I'm predicting Marvel Monsters Inc. here.
Well, I think it really depends on if they have got the deal sorted with Universal. It would make more sense to put the Iron Man ride in there, because they've already done all the work needed to bring it to Hollywood studios, because if they've already done it for the Aerosmith ride in Paris, that means all the designs are done, everything, the design has been restructured, all that money and investment has now been, they can use it twice. And I think, look how Disney are with reusing attractions. That just seems to me like straight in there. Easy, just drop. And then Tower of Terror just becomes Guardians of the Galaxy. You suddenly got your Marvel area set up with two rides that essentially they've already done all of the development on. It's an easy, and then they can put the money into other stuff. But yeah, I
do have one thing, because you said Guardians and you said Iron Man.
Yeah,
I'm predicting they're going to replace the Lightning McQueen show with the Doctor Strange stage show that is at the Disney Cruise, and that's coming to California Adventure.
Yeah, the only thing that gets me with that one is the amount of money they must have invested in that Lightning McQueen vehicle. But they could shift that to
Yeah,
another area
we could just shift it anywhere.
I mean, they've invested a lot of money in that animatronic, so I wouldn't think it was a short-term thing. They could move it around.
It would just be weird having that just stick out in this makeshift Marvel section. It would just be weird.
Like you say, they could easily move the animatronic to another area. So, yeah, so we've also got some other park stuff. I'm not expecting the 5th theme park. I'm not expecting anything like that. I think
I'm expecting that at the 50th.
Yeah, as much as they might want to get ahead of Universal, like Universal at the minute, that new theme park is years away. They've got all of the stuff getting ready for the 50th at Walt Disney World. They're going to want to push that. I don't know. It feels a little bit at the minute like they might want to hold back on some of the park stuff because they've still got, they've got all the Marvel stuff going on. They've got all the Marvel stuff going over in California. They've got all the expansions going on in Paris. They've got Zootopia obviously going on in Shanghai. Hong Kong is currently having a new Frozen area and a new castle being built at the minute. Tokyo is getting that Beauty and the Beast. There's a lot of stuff going on, and they need to keep that.
And Tokyo is also getting Big Hero 6.
Yeah. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Zootopia was announced for Animal Kingdom. That wouldn't be at all big surprise.
And Frozen at Disneyland. I've heard that rumor for a while.
Yeah, I think there's always that difficulty with Disneyland because of space, whereas Disney World is small. But yeah, I'm expecting some big drops. I am expecting some big announcements, especially hot off the heels of that Universal announcement. But with the big 50th coming on, they're not going to want to put too much out there because I'm just trying to think when the 50th is because it must be coming up. Is it next? It must be a couple of years away yet, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 2021 because it's just literally, I think, as the next D23 Expo is kind of taking place.
Yeah, the Marvel stuff is 2021. Paris is going to be 2021 to 2023. Tokyo is going to be 2022.
Yeah, because they got the Olympics, haven't they, that they want to get ready for that one.
Yeah, that's the Beauty and the Beast is 2020, but the Fantasy Springs is in 2022 because we're also building a Toy Story hotel and a new hotel that it acts as the entrance to Fantasy Springs as well. So a lot going on in Tokyo.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good thing. I mean, there's a lot going on, I know, in Hong Kong and Shanghai as well. I'm keeping up with them because I'm going to be visiting them later this year. So I'm excited to see what's going on over there. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we start seeing some drops for that as well. A few rides and attractions and stuff. There's a few things to kind of move around. Paris has been doing very nicely now that Disney are owning it outright. It was one of the big hitters of the last quarterly results where Paris was one of the ones that was pulling in money. The Avatar, we're getting new shows. There's a lot of activity around.
Yeah, especially studios. It really needed the attention. It was barely a day-length park visit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go out there again next year for my birthday. I'm going to have a couple of days out there. I haven't been out there for a few years. I'm trying to I've got that thing now of I'm wanting to do other parks other than Florida just to kind of
same
mix
here.
It up a bit, and then when you go back to Florida, it's nice and new and things like that. So there's going to be, I think the parks is going to be a lot of stuff. I think there will be some big surprises. I just feel like some of the things like Zootopia and all the rest of it, they seem like easy wins for like the Animal Kingdom. If they hit that 5th park now, you're looking. I don't know. It just feels like that.
I'm predicting Zootopia is going to replace the Rafiki Planet Watch thing. And Duckburg is going to replace Donaldland USA because we've got all the Donald Duck and DuckTales characters there already.
Yeah, I mean, Donaldland, I mean, maybe an Indiana Jones attraction. That could be something I think could fit in very nicely there. And obviously Hollywood Studios needs a lot more doing to it. Obviously, we've got the new Star Wars area that's opening up this month. Yeah, it's and then there's probably going to be some more information on the next wave of Star Wars stuff. Though I don't know, it's that little weird thing right now of they might want to hold that for Celebration next year because they've got to have enough stuff with Star Wars opening up now, and they'll probably show off some of the new stuff for the new attraction that's opening up around Christmas time in both parks. So hopefully we'll do that one. Obviously as well, you got the Disney Plus. There's going to be lots of stuff for Disney Plus. Me and James we did a podcast last week on the What's on Disney Plus podcast where we went through all of our predictions for the upcoming show. So definitely go check that out if you are interested in Disney Plus. There's going to be a big presentation. There's going to be lots of little panels and stuff. There's going to be trailers. We are really going to see lots. This is going to be a strong push because people at the event can subscribe or sign up to subscribe.
And they can test it.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. That's the thing I'm going to be looking for because I want to see like some footage and see what old stuff is on there, because that seems to be one of the things everyone's going on about. And also, even if you're a D23 member, you're going to be able to sign up to be a subscriber as well. And there's going to be a special discount. So definitely check out that. I'll be doing loads of updates over on What's on Disney Plus. That's going to be my main focus next week, again, because also we got the movie panel. So we're going to see all the movie stuff from Marvel. I'm not expecting too much from them. Maybe a Black Widow trailer or something. We've got Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. We have got Frozen 2. We got
everything coming out after Frozen 2. I'm predicting they're going to announce like 2 or 3 of their future movies because we know nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Cruella. Cruella de Vil will probably be one of them. I wouldn't at all be surprised if we get some of the animation ones, and just because we don't know too much, but they're going to announce. I don't know if they could do the full like they did like at San Diego Comic-Con where they lay out the next year or 2. I wouldn't be at all surprised by that. They've kind of done that already. So
they did that already with Marvel, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they'll do that because there's going to be a couple of years without Star Wars. They can leave it right through to 2021. So maybe the next 2 years lineup. We got the basic lineup already with West Side Story, Cruella. We know we've got the Avatar. We know we've got the Marvel movies. They're all kind of lined up now with maybe just a reveal of one of the Pixar. We know we haven't seen anything about Soul, so maybe we might see something about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of stuff. So I'm going to be very interested to see what the movie division does. It's definitely going to be very interesting. And hopefully that panel. They have said that they're going to be live streaming select panels or select panels.
There's just a few of them.
The movie ones are always a bit tricky because they don't like showing the trailers off. I like ropey, but if they get out the proper trailers as well, they'll go out there. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they do stream them because they've got their own rights. They don't need to worry about San Diego Comic-Con. The event is sold out. They're not going to lose any ticket sales because everything's I'm hoping the Disney Plus one will be. I think it'll be a mistake if they don't because that'll be a nice announcement to get people excited and built up.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't see the dreaded purple-blue wall of blocking like we did at the unveilment event.
Yeah. And also, Star Wars Celebration this year for the Mandalorian panel was very much like that. But to be honest, I'll still take that over nothing. I'd rather have that than having tweets and just watching everyone's bad live streams. I'd rather have that.
Remember Periscope?
Oh, yeah,
Periscope. Everybody streamed from Periscope.
Yeah, there was that year one year big watching like the Disney Infinity ones. They were like people were streaming the games panel. May that area rest in peace because there isn't any video game stuff really other than 2.
I think it's just Game Loft. That's it.
Yeah, two mobile games are going to be us like, yeah, okay, maybe some Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, but there's nothing really kind of coming out.
I don't even think we're going to get that, honestly, because Square Enix would have promoted D23 by now.
I mean, we might see something new from Jedi Fallen Order, but maybe the Avengers game. But there's no panel.
That's about it.
There's nothing like that one. There's lots of other little panels going on and events, and we're just going to have to wait and see what they do with all of this.
Like there's Simpsons, Amphibia, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of, and there's lots of little shows and pavilions, just like doing off different bits and pieces as well. But they're definitely kind of, I think. They've got a lot of stuff going on. They're going to have all the news next weekend. We're going to be having inundated with it. But they've also got to kind of balance that because if they put too much news out, they kind of swallow each other up. I think like the movie news generally gets one audience. The park stuff gets. That's why they put them out on different days to kind of get people excited and stuff. I'm going to be trying to watch keep up with it as much as possible. And yeah, it's always a good weekend. I'm gutted I can't go. The trouble is of doing them in the middle of August is not a good time for me. If they did it in January, I would probably be a little bit more inclined to do it. But
yeah, If it was in July, I would have gone.
Yeah, it's always that tricky thing. Yeah, and also there is the other side of things as well. I don't know necessarily. It's a bit like it with E3, where we might actually be easier to follow at home than being actually at the event.
There is one thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
The amount of fake articles about reboots being made over the last week. It's ridiculous. We see one almost every day from Inside the Magic, all from sources that are known for doing clickbait.
Well, to be honest, I would probably say the majority of them are from one website called We Have It Covered, or We Are Covered, or whatever it is.
Yeah, we got this covered.
They are the source of the majority of them. I know for myself, for both websites, if I do see that as a source, I don't run the story, and that's just I've got to that point, and there's quite a few.
Yeah, I shared the Great Mouse Detective one the other day, and I was like,
I've got to the point now with that. And it's like the thing is, they do it a lot. They are going to hit the odd home run because they literally just. It's at the minute. It's like we could all just run off 5 predictions of live action movies or something, and Disney are going to make probably one of them. So it's very easy, to just be throwing out Aristocats and Great Bowser's Detective and Pete's what we did on
and
that.
Die Hard.
Die Hard, Predator. There's all these kind of things, and it's very, very, it's like sketchy. I mean, for me personally, there's certain websites that when they say their sources, I do agree with it. There's sometimes things change. This past week, I know the Diz Insider, they've reported that Harry Styles was going to be playing
Prince Eric,
and he then had to retract that because he then apparently the actor passed on it. This is the thing. Sometimes you have talks going on, and it's that guy's sources at the time might have been telling him that, and that was what.
Yeah, I used to like sites like Inside the Magic, but recently it's all been clickbait stuff, and it's pretty unfortunate.
Well, there's different people doing it, and the thing is with clickbait is there is a difference of what I would refer to as clickbait and where it's fake, where it's just you are clicking on it and there is no substance and it's just a load of rubbish. And then there's the other way of making a headline to grab your attention of an article, because there is that thing of an article needs a very, very good headline. If it doesn't have a good headline, it won't get people to click on it. There is that thing as well of you can't give the entire context of the entire article in the headline, as much as some people want that. They want the entire headline to include every piece of information they need, so they don't read the article. So that's
here's a good example. Did you know that Galaxy's Edge is a flop?
Yeah. There is all these kind of things. There is that part of it of making an interesting headline, and this goes back to just journalism. Headlines, newspaper covers, magazines. They have to have a headline to get your attention, to get you to read it. And as long as that actual headline equates to the article, it's not clickbait. Some people refer to this as clickbait as, oh, you made me want. It's like, no, clickbait was generally is when you are promising something and you deliver something else, or you. Clickbait is so. There's a line I find with clickbait of where there's an article, there's a comment, there's a quote, and there's not necessarily hard evidence, but the article was about the title. That's not clickbait. It might not be a good article, but generally there's a kind of a weird line of if you've just made up if I just ran a story of, I don't know, Rhinomations are returning or Disney Infinity is returning, and just no evidence, nothing of real, and all I'm doing.
I remember when the Infinity figures at Disney Store first opened, I saw some articles like, "Oh, Disney's returning, Disney Infinity's returning," and then turns out it's just action figures. Yeah,
there's that kind of thing of getting the information wrong or misreading it or anything like that. But then there's to particularly, I would almost say, mislead it's like my personal pet peeve is here are 18 people you won't recognize what they look like. You click on it, and then it's a slideshow, and they want you to click through 18 pages to get to the one that they had in the. It's like that to me is like no. That's I can't stand the slideshow articles. And again, that's the kind of thing for me of the clickbait thing. And some of us use we all use different sources and stuff, and calling out particularly like sites and stuff. It's very tricky. It's a very fine line, and there is that thing of some people's versions of clickbait. I get someone goes, "Oh, that's clickbait." No, that was a title of an article. It has to have a title, and I can't give you the whole story condensed into 7 words, and you get the whole gist of it. Because there's a lot of people that will comment and talk about stuff or want all the information. It's like, that's just, unfortunately, that's just part of, you need to go to the website. Obviously, it generates money from advertising and the rest of it, because if they don't have the advertising, that website can't run. It costs money to run websites, costs money to run YouTube channels and podcasts. All of this does cost money, and advertising helps that. And there is that thing of, if they're doing it professionally and they've got staff and they've got offices, especially the bigger ones, they need to keep that money coming in to pay all the bills. And it's kind of the line. And I think some people sometimes don't necessarily understand. It's like, if you have the whole thing in a tweet or a Facebook post, there's no actual money in that. And it's a very difficult one. It's I can see, I don't like it when you have that clickbait side of things, but I also understand the business side of things, and like what I would consider clickbait and what you might consider clickbait might be 2 different things. I mean, that one about the Great Basil, the Great Mouse Detective. The minute I saw what the source was, it's like, Inside the Magic might be taking this at just face value and going, "Oh, okay, this is fine." These people seem to be doing this stuff all the time, and they haven't, and they're getting good hits from it, and there is an interest in it. But I think at the minute, trying to say a movie's getting a live action remake or remake, it's so easy. I mean, you could literally just pick any one of the animated movies that hasn't been turned into a movie, and I could say it, and it could happen. And there's a lot of bad publicity about remakes. I saw quite a lot, like with all the Fox Home Alone ones and all these ones coming to Disney Plus, and people going, "Oh,
yeah, people are getting upset." It's like, even stuff like Home Alone, Fox already ruined it with a lot of directed video sequels that were pretty bad. So it's not like they're ruining your childhood. Fox already did it.
Yeah, and it's also the other one that gets me is like not making original movies, and Disney are getting a lot of stick for this.
Well, Disney's done a whole lot of original movies, and they all bombed.
Yeah, and I think that is the thing of like, there's a lot of I do think they're moving forward onto some newer stuff. I'm just very wary at this precise minute of what's going on with the Fox side of the movies, because a lot of the way, I was hoping that was going to be like maybe their way of doing something a bit more edgy, a little bit more risky, a little bit more original, and it feels a bit like we're going to do Fox Searchlight are going to do like weird movies, but Fox
Oscar bait movies.
Yeah, and then the Fox brand is like, no, you need to start pulling in some money here. And I must admit, the Fox movies the last 6 months have not been great, and even last year they've been, what do they sort out of like, you need a $200 to $300 million movie to kind of be a hit.
And I remember when they re-released Deadpool 2 as a PG-13 movie, just because they wanted to make sure the movie made $1 billion, and it still didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some bad and the trouble is with box office numbers is it doesn't necessarily reflect the movies, because it's like, I haven't watched Stuber, I haven't watched A Race in the Rain or whatever it is. I can never voice. And you got that.
I know the movie you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the one with the dog with the racer. It came out last week, and by all intents and purposes, it is a really good movie. And you've got Ad Astra with Brad Pitt coming up. You got all these movies, but because people don't go cinema the same way, because we've all got big televisions. Oh, and the light just went out. And we've all got big televisions at home. It does mean then that it does change things, and I think that
I usually just go see things that interest me. I don't have like the budget to go try new things like that racer movie, or watch something like Godzilla, something that clearly doesn't interest me, yet it's still like $15 to go to the movies. I'm like, I'll just rent it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is the key thing of what's going on, and it's that catch-22, like we said before. There's lots of movies being announced, and lots of movies that have been out, but people didn't go see them. And so Disney are being a lot more. I don't like the idea of Fox, the idea that they've literally thrown 200 to 300 movies off into the can and are only producing 6 movies a year and a load of streaming ones is like, there's some great stuff out there. It's just, I don't know. Disney are like looking like going, well, if you ain't pulling in 200, 300, 400 million, then there's no point us releasing it at cinemas.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with Muppets. They did a good movie, and then they did one that was okay. And then the TV show, people hated it because they tried something different. And it got canned after one season, and then nothing Muppets.
No, I mean, we know we've got a few little shorts coming out. I just feel like at the minute we're in this weird thing of, Disney are having these massive epic event movies that people are going to see and enjoy. And it's like, we're kind of getting to this weird thing of like, epic movie or failure. It's like something like Mary Poppins Returns. I think it's like 250, 300 million. Did all right.
Dumbo barely did good.
Yeah, but Dumbo's actually not bad. It's not a bad movie.
It's just because the thing is that people associate with Tim Burton, and he's been having a pretty bad run in the movies.
Yeah, it is a strange one. I'm not entirely too sure.
Yeah, Dumbo made $353 million.
That's. I mean, the thing is, this movie still pulled in it still made a profit. I mean, after all the marketing and the rest of it.
Yeah.
But there used to be a day of like 100 million was considered a hit, 200 million, but obviously inflation kicks it up. So it is. Yeah. I mean, I think Mary Poppins Return. I mean, that movie just didn't quite hit where I think they were hoping for. Nostalgia's a funny thing. The Lion King, Aladdin, big hits. Will Maleficent 2 hit that? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to hit anywhere near that one. It's like I said before, Aladdin was one of those movies I wasn't sure about. Turned out to be really good. Lion King was more excited about. Didn't quite hit the point for me, Dumbo was kind of in the middle there. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go.
And it's interesting because Disney has already done 5 movies this year that passed $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I don't think there's. I can't think of. I think maybe Hobbs and Shaw might be the only like other big epic movie that I think we've seen this summer. There's not really been a lot. I mean, I know
it's just that and Godzilla, King of Monsters, but that bombed.
It's been a very, very light year, and no one's really kind of been able to hit the ball running. I mean.
Well, there's Toy Story, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even like I mean, Shazam. I don't think that one did huge, and I know Battle Angel, that one didn't hit it either. It's just a very odd thing with movies at the minute. And the trouble is as well, and this is the thing of the movies affect the merchandise as well, because if the movie doesn't do very well, the merchandise doesn't go, and Disney are getting very selective on. They are not investing in tons of merchandise for untested products. It's like when they have
the TV shows barely get anything.
They wait till the TV shows get going before they kind of do anything. I mean, it's like Star Wars Resistance. We got this new trailer, season 2.
It's not even on Blu-ray. Season 1 is just DVD. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And there again, it's done at the end of this next season. The merchandise, the Legos are already on sale. The Final Fantasy game stuff that I buy, that is coming out, but now already you're going, okay, it's just the ships are going to be cool. The series is kind of done. Yeah, it's just, I think it's just we're in this weird zone where they aren't quite so risky on overloading it, because it's like, Zootopia, there was a very slow lineup for that one there. It's like amphibious stuff. I've not seen a single thing for that one. It's Big City Greens. I don't think any merchandise for that.
No, and like the only 2 with products right now is DuckTales and Big Hero 6, but that's because it's already based on stuff that's famous. DuckTales is based on a TV show from the 80s that's currently having a boom in merchandise because the 90s are in. Yeah. And Big Hero 6 is based on a Disney movie, which is based on a Marvel comic.
Yeah, so it's kind of going around. I've just started watching Big City Greens. They've come onto Disney Life, I did get through, I think, the first half of DuckTales Season 1 because that was on Disney Life. Really enjoyed that one. Because they only got recently added. That was a really big surprise to me. I was really impressed with that first half of the season. I really like David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. And that was a really good anime. I can see why there was so... This is the trouble. This is why I can't wait to kind of be able to watch stuff a bit more modern, because Disney Life is 18 months out of date before it gets on there. It's been really nice kind of watching that, going, oh yeah, I can see why everyone's so excited. This was a really good series. I've actually even today just started watching Gravity Falls, so I'm a bit late, but it's this is the advantage of having streaming.
And that's already got a complete series Blu-ray over here.
Yeah, I was really late to it. I don't know why. I just didn't start it. But this is the kind of thing. But before we go on onto I think that was pretty much the last thing. But we'll do a little bit here about the Fan Expo. So that's taking place next week. Do you want to explain what's going to be happening there Disney-wise?
Basically, Fan Expo Canada is the third biggest convention in North America behind, I believe, San Diego and New York Comic-Con.
Yeah. And
in terms of Disney, we're not really getting much this year, but what we do have is kind of interesting, because usually we'd have like these big premieres, like the premiere of Rebel Season 3, Season 4. None of that this year, unfortunately. They've cut all the television premieres this year. The only thing that we're getting is a premiere of a John Travolta movie, and that's about it. But in terms of Disney, Hasbro has a few people from Marvel, Star Wars, and the Disney Princess Comics line there.
Yeah.
And I've already booked some interviews with all three groups.
Yeah, I do think it's I don't think it works out great because of the D23 Expo. Because obviously it makes no sense for them to send much to the D20. And also maybe Hasbro are looking at it going, well, actually, we'll go there because we've got a better chance of getting the news out. But it is always an odd one, I think.
Yeah, and because it's the very biggest way of promoting in Canada as well.
Yeah, I think Hasbro, I think they've onto something here with each event announcing a couple new figures for Marvel, Star Wars.
I remember last year there was a whole bunch of announcements for Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series and the I remember what it's called. It's like the Kenner tribute line or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea for Hasbro to do this. I think instead of dumping a ton of news or it just pops up on a website, it's like take it to an event, show it off, sell some exclusive merch, make some money, and just, you can announce 2 or 3 figures from each line, and if you've got a set of 6 or 8 figures, you can do that between 2-3 events and just builds the hype. Just kind of makes people excited, especially collectors. The collectors are the ones at these events. The ones, people aren't really buying this. People are just not buying this merchandise as much as they used to.
Yeah, and I ended up winning one of the big Star Wars Black Series with Han Solo and the little electric bug zapper bugs from the second movie, Empire Strikes Back or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but for like the Minox.
Yeah, that's it.
And it was valued at like $150. So I was like, okay, I just won an expensive toy that's gonna sit in my closet.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
that. And in terms of other big things, Disney-wise, is they're promoting the Ripley's Believe It or Not TV show, and they have a few props from the original Star Wars trilogy there, and I'm going to be giving a tour, so I'm going to be able to check out some of the stuff like Luke Skywalker, Han Solo's blaster from Return of the Jedi, those kind of props.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds good. Hopefully we'll get some information and stuff come out of there. It's always that kind of thing of like it always, like you say, it's the third biggest one, but it kind of gets lost in the shuffle between New York, San Diego. Then you've got D23, which is sucking even more Disney stuff out of it. Had it been this weekend or a month ago, it might have done a bit better.
Yeah, I think aside from that, the only thing else is Canada Mint is there, and they're going to show up some Disney and Star Wars coins, and I think that's about it.
Yes, this is. I'm not at all surprised. In terms of like merchandise, they're all announcing stuff, but there's a lot less. Even this year with the D23 Expo, the merchandise is doesn't seem to be a patch on what it
The
was.
only
2
thing I
years, 4 years.
want is Marvel 1000 with that Mickey Mouse cover. That's it.
Yeah, what's the edition size on that one?
I have no idea. They just showed off the image. They didn't.
I bet it's really high. I bet that one's a really high edition size. Again, it's just a situation now of physical products are in general in decline, and comic books, people, the actual physical comic books are selling,
down.
They're selling less and less each year. There's less and less interest because you can get it digitally and it's more convenient. And
it's gotten to the point that manga is beating them.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I think things are changing, and it's kind of going across the board. I mean, you see it like with the pop vinyls and the pins seem to be the only thing that keeps selling.
I think that's because that's more of a Disney Parks thing and not a retail thing like Funkos or Tsum Tsums, Vinylmation. I think Vinylmation was in stores at some point. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they were, but I mean, we've not seen a Vinylmation, just a proper normal Vinylmation for 18 months, 2 years. It's been a long time. I mean, even the Funko Pops, there was like the Dapper Dan set for this weekend. And a few figures. I know that there's a new Mandalorian pop vinyl, which I'm definitely going to be getting.
And I believe there's a Madame Leota one. I'm not sure.
There's no.
That one already came out. I forgot it was.
Yeah, there's just it's kind of, even they've cooled down. I know, like in general, Funko stuff. I think again because they've been out for a few years, people have got lots of them, and it's like you can only buy so many.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine right now. I have Spider-Gwen, Darkwing Duck, Christmas Mickey, Vanitas, Power Girl, and General Akbar. That's about it. I'm not really a big Funko Pop guy, to be honest.
I have got a load. I have got to clear a few out. I was in a store walking around the other day, and they had all the summer exclusive ones, and like £17, so like $20 for a green chrome Yoda, and I'm going, it's just not worth it to me anymore. It's just £20 for a pop vinyl. It's like, it's not, they're not holding their value most of the things, and it's like you should be buying these because you want to hold them, put them out on collection. So I am having a bit of a cull at the minute. Before we move into our new house, I was up there the other day, and I have got so many boxes of merchandise. So I got literally like a third of the storeroom is just my gear and my stuff, and I cleared out.
And I got these collecting dust on my shelf.
Well, I literally, and I can't believe I say this, but I traded the lot in last week. My entire Disney Infinity collection, including Peter Pan. I kind of forgot that he was in the pile, and it went through. It was like, oh no, too late.
I got mine for like $5.
Yeah, me too. It was a bit like they didn't even want the discs. They didn't want the power discs. They all got dropped off in a charity shop. I dropped off all the retro game. I literally, on the lines of, I started clearing out the books because I never go back to them. I cleared out all my DVDs. I never watched them, and it was just along the lines of, I have to seriously declutter. I'm going to have a new room, a new studio with all the, for doing videos and podcasts and stuff, and have all my gear out. But it's going to be tighter. I'd rather have a lot of nice stuff up behind me that is great, rather than I need to have a serious declutter. I'm going to buy some new shelves and stuff. I want to get the new place, and can't wait to do that. But it was a bit of like along the lines of, when I've got to go up and do all the Vinymations and the pop vinyls, and I'm just like, I keep putting it off of just like seeing DVDs for like 5p, a book for a penny. And I'm just there like going, and the Disney Infinity stuff, most of them were pennies and like 10p's and PlayStation 2.
I can't even find them for good deals on Amazon because I'm the only one still trying to finish the collection, and I've just given up at this point.
I literally I had every single power disc, and it just went into a charity shop with the PlayStation 3.
I don't even bother with the power discs. I just want the figures because they kind of look nice.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking along the lines of keeping them, and then it was along the lines of, I've got 4 boxes of this stuff.
But I just bought the gold editions on Steam, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. I have everything that I could possibly need digitally.
Yeah, I think this kind of having my entire life in storage for 18 months has definitely made my feelings of stuff a little bit more jaded, because it's just like when it's like this DVD's 5 pence, I'm going, oh, yeah, I could keep it and watch it again, but it's been sat on a shelf.
I could just click on it on iTunes and that's it.
Yeah, and especially now with Netflix, Amazon, and Disney Plus, and all the rest of it, it's like most of them I've got digitally, and I don't know, I still buy.
The only reason I buy Disney DVDs and Blu-rays now is just to get 12,000 points so I can go on a tour of Disney Studios through the movie rewards. And
they used to do the Disney rewards here, but they all closed them all down. I still do buy the discs and stuff, but even
just for digital copies.
Well, they don't do that over here. They don't do. We don't get the digital copies. We don't. And I've been wanting to start buying the 4K ones, but I'm not paying £25, which is about $35. I'm not.
Yeah, it's about like $35 here. And I just wait for it to go on sale on the Disney Movie Club. I can get it for like $10.
Once I go in the two for the same price, then I'm going to pick up like Captain Marvel and Mary Poppins. I'm just going to start doing it that way. I'm going to hold off a little bit on buying some of them.
Yeah. I just wait like 5-6 months and they're down to $10-15. I'm like, okay, I'll buy a whole bunch of them for Christmas.
The trouble is, again, is like you go to get I was just like a penny, 2 penny, like 5p, 10p going. Yeah, no, I need to start. It's that really weird thing of just going. Same thing with my comic collection. I've got boxes of them. It's just like, it all needs to just go.
Because all of these here are Blu-rays.
Yeah, it is a shame.
It's crazy.
I feel like it's that thing of, I've been that part of me of collecting this stuff since I was far back especially like collecting movies, buying them on video, buying them on DVD, buying them on Blu-ray, buying them on HD DVD. At one point, I've even had some of them on Betamax and didn't quite go down the Laserdisc. And then the 4K Blu-ray, I started getting some of them, and it's like, and then they go, oh, digital. It's like, I've already brought Star Wars 4 times. It's like,
are you gonna go buy it again?
Yes, I will. This is like, I don't know. It's very.
And they just announced we're gonna release all of the Star Wars movie with the art that kind of looks like the Kenner toys.
To be honest, for me, once you're on Disney Plus, that's fine for me. I'm just going to watch them there because I don't know. I think living in with all my stuff in storage for 18 months while we're waiting for a house to be built has just led me to become very disconnected with stuff because I can't have
and more reliant on the digital format.
Yeah, I think I've become, and it's like even with video games, I'm just using Game Pass, buying games digitally because I think this time being confined into a small area has made me so much more to the idea of digital is actually a lot more convenient and a lot less space. I don't need this. I think had I not have done this, I don't know if I would have got here as quickly. I think living like this has made me much more digital because it's like, actually, it's a lot convenient. When you don't have, it's like here right now, I have a little shelf with like 4 or 5 things on it, and that's all I've got, rather than 25 shelves full of stuff I think I've just become much more accustomed to having a lot less. And it's, I don't know, it's just me personally going through a change in my life. I cannot wait until I get the room and I can get all my gear out. I can't wait till I got all the stuff. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But let us know in the comments below what you think of having digital versus physical. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I just become this change because of the situation? I'd love to know your thoughts. Matt, where can they find you?
They can find me on my YouTube channel, Matthew LeBlanc, where I do travel vlogs. I'm really trying to do other videos, but life gets in the way.
Yes. And on that note, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, we'll be back in 2 weeks for a post D23 sort of look over everything that got announced. And go check us out over at DisKingdom.com. Also, what's on Disney Plus as well, and follow some of those bits and pieces. And we shall see you guys in another video. Latest.